Welcome to another episode of Lake Live. This week's episode, we have a special guest. Well, she's also been our co-host for the last 2 years. Joyce Overton, City Council member, Senior Center Director.
Personal friend,
mentor, pillar in the community. What doesn't she do? I don't know. She pretty much covers all bases. So, yeah, we're really excited to have Joyce today, and get to know her a little bit, and what she's done in her commitment to this community. For how long is it? I don't know. It's been a while. We're gonna find out anyway.
Yes.
So, stay tuned. Well, howdy, folks. Here we are with our special guest, Joyce Overton, Senior Center Director.
Yep.
Number one. Or is that number one?
I think council's number one.
Okay, City Council woman. We've got Senior Center Director, grant writer. Is there anything that you don't do?
No, I'm sure there's a lot of things I don't do.
Be careful, because they'll get you signed up for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've got conned on just a couple of. I shouldn't say conned. I got seated on a couple of boards this last year. Because I was trying to because I plan on eventually retiring someday, but I also now sit on the Lake Links board and the Silver Foundation board. So.
Right.
Yes,
and
we're trying to keep
congratulations. She received an award just on Monday from the Silver Foundation. What was that award for?
Oh, I didn't receive an award. One of our volunteers received an award.
Oh, you were just accepting it for them?
No.
I could have sworn they said your name.
I got a drawing.
Oh, okay. I know they said her name and had her come up on stage.
I had a volunteer, so she got those things.
She's probably being modest. I'm going to air that episode.
No, I did not. We have a gentleman that's been volunteering for us since I've been here and before. And so the Silver Foundation always asks, is there anybody you'd like to recognize, at the congressional level and at our level, and so we nominated him for the award. So that's who got the award.
Gotcha.
They just called me up there because I got for a drawing of some sort.
I get you. Yeah. I was at the Silver Foundation, but for different reasons. I filmed it.
Scene.
I was in the back. Yeah, in the back behind the curtains. Not that I'm a senior or anything.
It was well, hey, what do we call seniors nowadays? Now it's going to be like 70 before you're a senior here before long, because people are living longer and, they can replace everything. So I hope so anyway.
We can start with my back this morning.
Well, I started with my knee and my ankle, so let's see what else I'm going to have replaced. As long as I can move and go, I'm okay, yeah.
Makes it ever more difficult to get on an airplane, am I correct?
It does. You do definitely have to go through the stem and hold your hand up and go through the scan. They had me go through this one. I said, I think I'm going to set that alarm off now because I got replacement parts.
Replacement parts.
So I did. Of course, they said, okay, well, you need to go around that way.
Batteries included?
Yeah. Batteries included. That would be good. If they put a battery on me, that would be good.
So Joyce has embarked on this last, it's been, are we going on a year now, the reconstruction of the senior center?
We moved out of here in November.
Okay, so, November, so maybe not quite that long.
No, but it probably will be that long.
It feels that long.
Will not.
Yeah, Tina should know. What's it going to be, Tina? Tell me.
July.
That's what they say, but we're already into the first week of May, and I see no activities in there. So as far as we're just waiting for the refrigerator and freezers to get in so the contractors come and finish their last.
And it's so important that when the senior center does get up and operating, that people participate in the events that take place here. Joyce every year throws on several just amazing events. Fundraisers.
Kick up your feet.
The concerts. We have little concerts, and I love your
Hoedown.
We're not calling it the Hoedown because somebody stole our name.
And the mystery theater. That was fun. Yeah,
we're gonna try to do that again on New Year's Eve because it seems like
yours truly got to participate.
And it's just improvs. We kind of have a scenario of it, but it's just improvs. I think my favorite one was actually the one I wrote. That was my favorite one because I understand the writing process now of some of these things.
Right.
Because I wrote. Kind of did a scenario, and then you meet with the actors, and they tell you, no, I don't like that part, or I'd like to do this and stuff, and then you have to incorporate that into your writing. So it took about 4 months to actually write that play, or that improv, I call it. You know, but most of it's, you know, you have the scenario stuff, but you gotta have people, which we're always looking for actors that really like to just do some improv stuff, you
Do you
know?
hear that? Looking for
Yeah.
actors? It's a great way to
Yeah.
get involved with
Brian
the local.
Martin and
Yeah.
I had to step up one year because things were kind of like not going, and we were, luckily enough, we both are good about the improv stuff, and you know, we had a lot of fun doing that. So I like the improv, you know, where you have kind of what needs to happen, but everybody can kind of do their own thing. It's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
That is
You know,
great.
and we try to get the people involved that are at the dinner table, you know, we wanna get them involved doing things, so, you know, we always have parts, like I can walk up to somebody and say, okay, you're this person, this is what you need to do at this time, you know, and it's just fun.
Yeah.
That's how I actually got thrown into one play, the first one I went to. I walked in, they gave me a card and said, this is who you are. I said, oh no, I'm not one of the actors. They go, you are now. So, and I ended up having a lot of fun with it.
Okay.
So, you know, he was gonna close down his center, and I was like, don't close it down. He asked me to do Meals on Wheels, and I said, look, I'll send my cooks over there. Luckily enough, I can cook.
See? Okay.
And so I sent my cooks over there, and I went in here and cooked in our cooks, you know, I cooked in our kitchen, and we were able to keep theirs open, and the seniors were very appreciative to that, you know, and that's what we're here for. We're here to help each other, and luckily enough, Clear Lake Oaks and I are close enough together, we can really, you know,
Yeah.
something happens, we can do it, and I know that he'll do the same for me, so.
And that's amazing that you were able to step up. You know, again, a pillar in the community, not just
Right.
this community, but all throughout Lake County. Joyce, you know, to the rescue. For those of you who may be confused, yes, because the senior center is under construction. They currently have their kitchen at the Masonic Lodge,
Masonic Lodge,
which
yeah.
is located in Clear Lake by City Hall.
No, it's
No.
located
Oh.
across from the courthouse by,
Oh, the
by
courthouse, that's right.
college.
City
Yeah,
Hall
by-
is down here in town.
by the college, up by the college, just go.
Thomas will get his geographical
Yeah.
thing together here. His compass is a little
So
askew
we
today.
still have everything going on as normal,
Okay.
except for we're not doing the line dancing or the hula because there really isn't, they
Yeah,
don't
there's
feel like
not a
there's
whole lot of room.
enough space there, but we're still doing our exercise classes. We have the dance to the music, we have Tai Chi, we have the yoga chair exercise, we have bingo on Wednesdays after lunch, you
Oh.
know, we have the library that comes in and does the tech stuff for us, so any seniors that need help with their phones or their computers or whatever. And then we sometimes have the free phones that come in.
Oh.
You know,
Okay.
and stuff. So we still have everything going on there as much as possible. So we try
A
to keep it
dynamic
going.
outreach for our seniors in this community. And just to have the senior center there, you guys had to do some major improvements.
Oh yes, we had. It took us about 2 weeks just to get the kitchen up and cleaned and going. So you know, so the Masonic Lodge are, you know, having a rough time. So we're trying to help them out. Some of the stuff that we're taking out of our kitchen that we're not going to reuse, we're going to donate to them and try to get their kitchen up to being a kitchen that, you know, is really usable.
Right.
It's really hard to work there because they got their dishwasher in the middle of the room, and you know, it's just it's hard. So we're going to help them kind of revamp their kitchen if possible. So just waiting for some paperwork for them to try to help them write a grant so that they can get some money to help get that, or when they have an event, you know, we're probably put on an event for them to help kind of get some money coming in to do that, because the whole kitchen needs to be kind of gutted out and redone. It's an old building, but it used to be the building that everybody went to when I grew up here.
Okay.
The Masonic Lodge is where all the activities happened, because that was the only building that we didn't have this community center here.
No kidding.
So everything happened at the Masonic Lodge.
Okay.
You know, if you had an event, it was at the Masonic Lodge. Every weekend there was something going on there when I was growing up. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a booming little facility, you know, but they need
Things
to.
get old.
Right,
and-
right.
they
And
antiquated,
people
they-
get old,
Yeah,
and, you know,
yeah.
we're kind of all aging out, and the young
Yeah.
people need to start stepping up, you know, so.
Hear that? Young people
I
need
mean,
to start stepping up.
The Masonics thing is they don't go out and ask people to join, you know, because I asked them, how do you join the Masonic? I never hear about that. And they go, well, the person has to ask to join. The man has to ask to join,
Okay.
you know, and so it's not like they're out promoting people to join. You have to ask to join. And there's kind of some scenarios about the Masonic, like they're devil worshippers or whatever, and that's not true at all. They're a very, you know, very good group, and they're very much into wanting to help the community, and they're just a really good group, and they stepped up and helped us, so, you know, I give them all the respect in the world of what they do for our community.
Are the Masons, are they generally, it's a men's type of
They have a men's and a
fraternity?
women's.
Oh, they do have a
Yeah, they
women's
do have a
fraternity,
women's
okay.
fraternity.
And that's what it is, a fraternity?
Right,
Okay.
it's, I think it's Star, I can't remember what the women's are called, but they do have a women's and
A men and a women's,
and,
okay.
you know, I mean, George Washington belonged to this.
We get it.
You know, Benjamin Franklin belonged to it. That's how it kind of got started. And it's kind of what they call the secret society back then. It's where
and they mix the Knights of Templar in it.
Right,
And
yeah,
all
so
the,
everything kind of comes together.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but if you want more information, just ask one of the leaders there, and they'll be more than happy to help you, bring you in and talk to you about it. So, but they're a good group. They're really been there for the senior center.
I know near and dear to Tina's heart has been the youth center, and I know she had some.
My girl.
Yeah, here we go. I know she had some things to ask you and talk to you about that, and so we're gonna give the floor over to Tina now.
Oh.
She's so quiet over there.
We're trained. She's in training.
She's in training.
She's
She
gonna
knows
be the new
she'd
co-host
yeah,
here.
exactly.
She's gonna be the new co-host here, so she's in training. So.
I have big shoes to fill.
Yeah, I don't think so. They're not that big. You're gonna be great, you know. So.
No, I've over the last couple of years, I've gotten a lot of guidance and a lot of, anything I've needed. Joyce has been there. Joyce has the history of, the youth center and what has worked in the past and how I can bring certain things back or create new things. And Joyce has been there to help and serve food and help set up and just help with paperwork and things like that.
And then we got the Junior Giants
Junior
back.
Giants
That's really
back.
important.
That's
Get
exciting.
that out.
Good
Yes.
stuff. Yeah.
That is an
Which
awesome.
Junior
program.
Giants sign-ups are currently ongoing right now at www.gojuniorgiants.org.
So get up there, volunteer. Even if you don't know baseball, the thing about Junior Giants is it's not like Little League.
Right.
And we really need to stress that it's not like Little League.
It's non-competitive.
Right.
It's free. It's just to get out and enjoy
Have
the
some
fresh air,
fun,
have
learn,
some fun.
learn. Yeah.
If you don't want to play baseball, you don't want to coach, you don't want to volunteer, come
Just
out and cheer these kids on. That's
Hand out water.
hand out water, help
Bring
them tie their
something,
shoes,
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Bring snacks for the kids if
Yeah.
you want.
Bring snacks,
you know?
yeah.
But I mean, it's just one of those programs that the kids can just have fun. If they don't know how to play baseball, this is where so the hope is that kids that have never played baseball will come to the Junior Giants and learn how to play it, and eventually be able to join Little League, and feel comfortable. We had some older
It's
kids that just
a
never had
feeder
played, but they wanted to
program
play
to the
Little
Yeah.
League, so it was really great to get them trained to where they felt comfortable to go join Little League, you know.
Yes.
But some people, not everybody can afford Little League, so this is a way that they can still do baseball, because it's all free. You get everything free. Nothing costs you, doesn't cost the parents a dime. The only thing that would cost is the first year we did it, we actually won the district of doing everything, which I was so shocked. And I told Tina how we did it, so this year she's gonna do it that way. And the kids at the end of the Junior Giants, as it was getting over, because we were the only district that did everything, including we beat out San Francisco everywhere.
Wow.
And I mean, I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Are you sure?" They're like, "Yes, we're positive."
Wow.
We got all the kids. We were able to get all the kids down that could go down to the Giants field. They got to go through the lockers, meet all the players inside their lockers.
Wow.
So normally when you go down the lockers, there's nobody there, but this was just before the game, so they got to go down, they got to meet all the players individually, and then they asked them to come out onto the field with them.
Wow.
So they got to go out onto the field, play ball with them, played catch and threw balls and everything, talk to them, and they showing them how to throw the ball and everything. And then they got recognized during the game. We're all in the stands, and they called us out and showed all our pictures on the big screen.
Wow.
So it was so exciting for the kids. It was just awesome to see them so bright and just like it was just something they would never get to do. So it is really such an awesome thing to do. Yeah. And they're always sending tickets. Like if you want to go, if you participate in it, they're always send tickets. Like if you can get down to the games, there's free tickets we get all the time.
I actually got an email yesterday of 2 different potential dates.
Yeah. So if you participate in the Junior Giants, even as a volunteer, you have the rights to get these free tickets. You do have to get your own way down there, but free tickets to get into the game is really kind of awesome. So So
Hold on, I'm gonna go grab my baseball glove.
You should volunteer.
I know I should.
You could come out and videotape some of it. Put it on. Yeah, that would be fun to videotape some things.
Of course, we're gonna do that.
But it is such an awesome
new
program.
co-host is heading up this thing, so we'll definitely be there.
And how about the bingo we're doing?
We do bingo once a month now. It's the second Saturday of every month, which happens to be this coming weekend. At the youth center, doors open at 5:30. You could buy a book for 6 games for $50. There is also going to be food provided for purchase. This month is actually provided by
The
Chatterbox,
seniors,
so
yeah.
Joyce is doing that.
One of her new other side hustles that
Well,
she does.
it's like I had to figure out a way to raise money because our events people just really don't support the senior center. You know, they're getting better at it, but you know, when I first come on, we had no money. We
Yeah.
were going under, and so the only thing that, you know, that I can think of is we had the Chatterbox sign from the old bar.
Yeah,
you know,
see, remember I was telling you, I was
say,
like, wow, that's
great
funny.
big
The old Chatterbox used to be a bar.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so, and I'm always telling people it's okay to talk here, it's okay
Yeah.
to talk here, you
Yeah.
know? So I said, oh, let's just go with Chatterbox Catering,
Nice.
and, you know, eventually we're just gonna kinda call this Chatterbox Restaurant, you
Yeah.
know, or
Yeah.
Chatterbox
There you
Cafe, and I'm gonna get
What
a,
a-
I'm
what a
gonna get a
great
carpet
idea.
that says, it's okay to talk here,
Oh,
you
nice.
know?
Okay.
Because that's what we're all about,
Yeah.
is getting the
Yeah.
seniors in, getting them involved, you know, and if they have something they wanna do, we want to do it, but we really want to start connecting the seniors with the kids, with the youth, you know? So like this weekend is a positive, or the 18th is a positive thinking at the youth center, and it's gonna be perfect because what the whole thing is about
May
is
18th, 2024.
right,
There
it's
you go.
all about getting the seniors and the kids together. So like, I think they're gonna have a little contest of Dance with the Senior, so you get a little prize if you do that, you know? You know, so there's just some things, it's just kinda like putting that positivity out into the community.
And bridging that gap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
which
we,
is important.
right, and we used to do this years ago when I was running the youth center, you know, and it's run by Randall and Kim Cole, and they've always been awesome of support for the youth center. So I mean, they're really good about that, and they're also good supporters of the seniors.
Right,
So it's a
right.
really good connection for us to come together. And I just think that Tina and I work really well together, and we want to do events together, and where she makes a little bit of money, we make a little bit of money. I mean, we know we're not out to make thousands and millions of
No,
dollars, but
as
you
long
know,
as I
It would be
keep
nice, but
Yeah.
buying supplies for the arts and crafts and keep
Right.
providing things for the youth, then that's all I,
And
as
you
long as
got-
we can keep it going.
so you got arts and crafts on.
Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3 to 5. I have dance fitness class from, usually it's 5:30 to 6:30. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm working on a calendar to have something available every day, especially during the summer, to do like a 5-day or 4-day summer camp, but it's gonna include things like horseback riding. I've
Oh, that's awesome,
already
because-
arranged, I have to work out the details, but Lisa Wilson at Clear Lake Campground has invited us to spend a couple of days there, doing everything she has to offer and enjoying the lake from her property. And then I'm trying to do horseback riding. I'm trying to get transportation to do things like out-of-town trips to the River Cats for their field days.
Wow.
And maybe to some other things, and then doing hiking at Anderson Marsh and things like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Good.
and the Anderson Marsh is a great place. We did senior days out there, and they're gonna do it again this year, just a little differently, but twice a month, you know, the seniors could go out there, and we provided, the Chatterbox Catering provided the food for lunch, and they were able to see all different kinds of things. There was walks, there was shows about the animals and stuff, and I think that's, you know, the kids, if you could get something set up like that for somebody to come out there and show them. There was a tribal person there that showed us how they used to make the thing, you know, all their tools and everything, and it was it was fun, but a learning experience, and
Yeah.
that's what you gotta make it. Learning has to be fun.
Exactly.
So, you know,
Otherwise,
so I
yeah.
think the kids would really like something like that out there, you know, and we gotta keep them busy for the summer, you know, so hopefully with the seniors joining with the youth center, we can, you know, make some things happen here a
Yeah.
little, you know, a little bit more every year. You know, every year is new ideas, and we really encourage people to give us those ideas, you know, but I look for grants for her, and she looks for grants for me. If she comes across something and I come across something, we can hopefully interact
Right,
and connect those grants so that we can do more activities,
Yeah.
because we want to get these kids out, you know, and I want to get my seniors out.
It's
you know,
important for your seniors to keep
Yeah.
at least moving.
it's active. I always say an
Yeah.
active senior is a
Active.
healthy senior.
Yeah.
It is not all about the food.
No.
When people think of senior centers, and some people that are older, you know, the senior centers used to be where you dropped your grandmother off that couldn't get around
Couldn't get
and
you
couldn't
out.
talk
I
and couldn't
know.
everything, and it's just not that way anymore. It's a social activity place now.
It's interaction,
yeah,
it's
now
keeping their
it's-
mind
yeah,
going,
right.
keeping their bodies going.
Yeah, and it's just, you know, come and meet new people. Maybe you'll find somebody that you can do something with on the weekend and go someplace, you know. So, You know, maybe you hunt and you find somebody else that hunts and you want to go hunting, or you fish and you find somebody else that fish and you go fishing together. So it's not about just when you come to the senior center, it's what happens after you leave too.
Right.
So it's making that friendship, you know, and at our age, you know, it really gets hard to just get out there and make friends, you know, without being involved in something, you know. So I just think that the youth center and the senior centers, I mean, we got to take care of these kids because they're the ones that are going to come up and run our cities, but we also have to take care of our seniors because they're the ones that's made the city what it is, you know, and we, you know, they're the ones that have given us our education and stuff. And so, I mean, I have seniors that are in their 90s that are probably in better health than I am, you know. So it proves that an active senior is definitely way better, you know, stay healthy, you know. I mean, I got a 97-year-old that I swear to God looks like he's 60.
That's
you know,
amazing.
and he goes all the time. And I mean, when he was telling me his baby girl is 68 years old, you know, and I'm like, oh my God,
Holy
you
smokes.
know. So
Some longevity
you know,
in that family. Yeah.
but it's because they stay active, though. You know, I've
Yeah.
noticed that the seniors that are really age and it's that they're out there, they're doing, they're involved, and you know, and they just keep going. You know, so. You got to keep moving. So I have this little motto that says an active senior is a healthy senior.
Yeah.
It's not all about the food. Food is great. They need to eat, but that's not everything that we do at the senior center.
Mm-hmm.
So
Joyce Overton, Clear Lake City Councilwoman for nearly 20 years. The direction, I would say, the city has gone in the last 5 years is an incredible direction. The growth, I mean, if you don't see it out there, folks, we are really benefiting right now from a council that is, they're so focused on you know, just projecting this city into just the growth, you know, new ball fields, we're talking new hotels, we're talking new medical buildings. We see the growth in the, you know, the gas stations. Not everybody's on board with the gas station. Wouldn't it be nice if we had one on this side of the
that's
town?
what I said. I said I really wish the Elam tribe would have bought the four corners.
And put it
that
in,
would have been
yeah.
so much better.
A car wash would have been nice.
Yeah, I've said that too. It's like,
Okay.
God, I've even tried to buy some friends that are developers. Like, can you buy this over here and put a gas station? And you can even put some storage units in the back if you want to do something, you know. But yes.
Would you agree or disagree that our current city manager is a direct reflection of the direction that we're kind of going with the city?
Yeah, I have to say that out of 20 years, and I think we get better each time, you know, I've learned a lot. We've had some nightmare city managers that really cost us.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, one lasted about 6 months when we realized, you know, they had to go really quickly because they put us so far in the hole really fast.
Yeah, real quick.
Alan has pulled us out of some very serious things that we could have lost a lot of money at. I figured he paid for his wages for the next 10 years. So just with his first actions that he did as city manager,
Right.
he is forward thinking, you know, and he works really hard on finding us money, you know. I mean, because if you don't have a city manager,
smart,
he is just
smart kid.
We are very lucky because he is a financial director.
Super smart.
He is a planner.
Yeah.
And he is definitely a city manager, you know. And I have to say, you know, everybody butts heads. Probably Tina and I probably at some point in time will, but you know, you walk out with you still have respect and still like each other, you know, because
and some sort of resolve. I mean,
and you know, you're not always going to agree on everything. Our city council doesn't always agree, but one thing we all agree on is we want to see the city be better. Yeah. We have a wonderful police department now. Like the best. We are believe we're fully staffed pretty much, which is the first time ever.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a great Public Works Department, which we've always had a fairly good Public Works Department.
But it's dynamic
but they
now.
just never got enough attention. But with Addie taking over, I mean, if you look at our grass and our parks, you can definitely tell.
Not just the grass in the parks, but my God, did you guys realize how much rain we got and how over the years our gutters would be full of water? We'd see flooding. We just didn't experiment. Maybe some of the new construction areas, just because, you know, they were moving dirt around. that's kind of acceptable.
But our
for the-
roads didn't flood.
Our roads didn't
We,
flood.
we have one space on Arrowhead that floods, and when they fix that, you know, when they redo that road, I'm
Yeah.
assuming they're gonna fix that spot.
Right.
But it's basically because
It's
the
a
mountain comes
low-lying
in,
area,
you know.
yeah, exactly.
But, I mean, the flooding that used to happen in the city, it just isn't
I agree.
happening, you know,
Yeah.
we've done
Yeah.
a fantastic job, and I know people's
you-
like,
you
why not my road?
Yeah.
Why not my road?
Yeah.
And I always tell everybody, it's really wonderful to sit on city council, cause you get educated on why things don't happen.
Yeah.
Because believe me, I was the one that was going to city council, like, before I got on city council, kinda complaining all the time, like, why are you not doing this, why are you not doing that? And I kinda had to apologize to all of them once I got on city council and found out why they're not doing it. So, you know, they say, why are you redoing this road? Well, we redo this road to keep it, cause once it starts cracking, the water gets underneath it, and then it tears up the road and costs so much more to do.
Right.
When the reality is if you just put a top coat over it, it makes it stays, and yes, it looks beautiful and it stays better. And some of these other areas are gonna cost so much money to
Right.
do, so what we're doing now, I think they said we probably got 30 miles of road that we've done.
Right.
We're gonna have finished by the end of this year, which is unreal for a small town like ours.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
it's
but yes, our.
quite a bit
yeah.
of money. It's no
Right.
joke. And if
Right.
anybody
Well,
ever
you
wants
think of
to
$1.5 million to $2 million per mile.
per mile.
Per mile.
Yeah.
So, you know, but Alan's been great about getting this stuff done, going for every bit of money at the state and federal that he can. He's got a really good
And using the
rapport.
money before,
Right.
yeah.
He's got a
That's the
great-
trick. You can get the money,
Right.
but if you don't use the
Right.
money, that's it, you know.
But,
so,
you know, and he has a
yeah.
good rapport with everybody, you
Yes.
know, with all of the different departments and everything, and, you know, he knows who to go to talk to, and if there's a problem, he knows who to go to at the state and the federal to talk to get the things corrected, or if we have some problems, so, yes, I think he's probably he is now our number one, city manager, as far as I'm
Yeah.
concerned, in the 20 years that I've been here, and kind of the same with our attorney, you know, we went through a lot of attorneys, and you've
Yeah.
gotta have a good attorney. And so we moved our city council meetings because he had taken on another city, and I just told him, I've been through so many attorneys that were not good. We need to move our meetings because if that's what it takes to keep them, because if you don't have a good attorney, then it's just a mess. And I think that's a lot of the problems in the past, that it was just, you know, we didn't have good attorneys. So now we have great attorneys, we have great department heads, you know, we really have a really good, stable city.
Good working.
And they all work together, you know.
There's, I mean, so, and that's what I was gonna say, everybody works
Yeah, well, there used to
together,
be
I
the
mean-
separation of we're the city, we're the city and we're the police department,
Yeah.
and you don't hear that anymore.
No, it's
We're all a
all
team,
together, yeah.
because if you're not a team, you're not gonna be successful, so I think now,
Yeah.
everybody works together, so we've got a
And
great city.
We have Public Works, and we have Parks and Rec.
Right, we started the Park and
Who is
Rec.
now with Public Works.
Public
Yeah,
Works,
right,
yeah,
so-
exactly, so.
But she's still her own, you
Yeah.
know, she's still her own, she's, you know, doing
Department
a
of
great
Life.
job. I'll talk about a great job, Tina has done a fabulous job of getting our park and recs up
Yeah.
off the ground. You know, that is something that I've been wanting since we've been on here. We had a park and recs when I first started, but it wasn't going anywhere, so they just kinda took it away.
Yeah.
And now that we got it
It
back.
died like the
yeah.
grass out in the
Yeah.
field there.
But now we got it back, and Tina's been doing a wonderful job for our community, trying
And
to
the
get the
grass is
concerts.
greener
in.
too, so
Yes,
It is, yes,
It
it is
seals
great.
together.
right.
We did have a lot of rain.
Yeah. Now they're
That's all
keeping-
good.
they're
We have
keeping
a
it
really
up.
good
They're
parks
doing a
crew,
good
too.
job.
Yeah, we have
Parks,
great, we've always had a fairly decent, parks crew, they never got the credit for it, but now we even
We
have a
have an
better one.
excellent team.
And we really try to give them the credit for what they do to keep our cities looking beautiful, so if you see a
And now
public
that-
works person, say thank
Say
you.
thank
Say
you,
thank
yeah.
you.
Thank
yeah.
you for-
Yeah, or if you
for
see,
doing
you know,
something,
when you
yeah.
roll your window down while you're driving by and they're flagging you by
Yeah.
because they're patching the roads,
Tell them thank you.
tell them thank you, give them a
Yeah.
big old shout out.
Yeah.
So I know we're all kind of like pressed for time, but we're talking about parks. I noticed the brand new sign for the park, and so it's looking like that, you know, we're starting to close in on this deal.
Yeah,
I know
we
the
could-
costs of things have gone up a little bit,
Well,
and
we've got the.
Alan's always looking for
Yeah.
money to try and to do that. You do your magic
Right,
with your
well-
pencil and writing grants and.
Well, we're trying to,
pen.
yeah, you know, I mean, I really wish we really should have our 18th Street finished, we should
Yeah.
have the start of our park, or of our recreation area.
Right.
Unfortunately, there's, you know, tribal issues and,
Exactly,
you
but
know,
we're
just
getting to the
hopefully-
bottom of all that.
Hopefully we can
yeah.
get through that, but unfortunately, we were really hoping to get that kinda going this year, and,
Yeah.
and if we don't, you know, there's consequences to actions, you know, so.
Exactly.
It's what consequences are gonna happen if we don't get this going, so
Yeah.
I'm really hoping that they will kind of back off and let us, you know, move forward with our city, making our city something that we really want to see, you know, so.
Exactly.
I mean, eventually, you know, it takes what I figured out, it takes 10 to 20 years to get anything done through the government. So in 10 years, hopefully, we will have a shopping center and a recreation center. You know, I have a bet with the other council members, because when I said the shopping center over here was gonna be 10 years, they didn't think that was true. And I said, I'll mark it down the date in my calendar, because even if I'm not
So-
here, I'm gonna be saying, hey.
You heard it. So those of you in your late 40s, early 50s, 10 or 20, you'll be a senior, so you're going to
Yep.
need to
Yep.
get signed up. Start supporting Joyce now. Start supporting that senior center. You're going to want it in your community.
Yeah, we need to get it.
Joyce, I thank you for taking this
Oh,
time
thank
to
you,
hang,
guys.
hang out with us. You know, Joyce has been our longtime host. She's going to, of course, be back. She's going to be guest hosting a bunch of our shows here in the next year. And I want to thank you for your dedication to this community, because you're a shining example of what you know, a pillar in this community is.
Oh,
So I want to thank you for
I
that.
just hope there's people out there that start stepping up and doing, you know, we need council members. We need
Yeah.
young council members
And
that have some ideas,
yeah,
you know.
we have
I
a
mean,
young mayor right now,
Oh, and he's awesome.
and he is
He's
great.
amazing.
And so yeah, we just need to, you know, at some point in time, these folks are going to want to retire
Yeah.
and step down, but we need to fill their positions with people that are equally, you know, smart
Yeah.
and
We
and
need people
who have visions for
Yeah,
this
there's a lot of
community.
people say, well, I can't run for city council because I don't know anything about it. But the reality is, I didn't know anything either.
Yeah.
But, you know,
And
there's
that's where
training
it starts.
classes, there's the League of Cities that you go to conferences and you learn
And
things, and there's lots of things you can
I
learn.
think the key is to have the willingness and the open-mindedness to learn
Right.
and
Understand.
understand.
Do your research, you know.
We all don't have to agree, but we all have to understand and be respectful.
And being open to your community
Right.
members, yeah.
Well, you know, just remember, if you have an argument in city council, do it in closed doors.
Closed doors, not.
Don't
open
do it
doors.
out in the public, because my first 8 years, I call it my hell years, you know? It's like, it was always an argument at city council. I sat on a state board, and I was almost embarrassed to go to the state board, because they're like, what's going on in your city? But we have cohesiveness.
Oh,
We
yeah,
all
that's
understand that, you know, there's politics and there's friendship. And when you're in a small town like this,
Yeah.
you know, everybody that you sit with is probably gonna be you know, a friend in some way. You know, so you gotta remember that what you do here should not ever affect your personal life. I mean, we all may not agree, we may vote differently and on something, and when you walk out that door, you gotta say, hey, have a great night, and, you know,
Yeah.
you gotta leave that politics at the door, inside the city hall, you know, and you can't let it interfere in your friendship, and that's happened to me, unfortunately, several times. That I had a friend sit on and I didn't agree with them, and it ended up in a bad situation. So I always say, if you can't leave it at the door when you leave, don't get on the board. If you're gonna, you know, carry it with you and you can't separate out your personal life with your professional life, then it's really probably best not to join. So we're all really good about that. So we can argue and fight or whatever we do, but when we leave, we're all still friends.
you
So
go. That's
yeah,
how you
so,
do it.
Yep, that's how you do it.
All right, well, thank you folks for watching. We appreciate you, and we'll see you next time. Wow, that was great, right?
show.
Oh
Yeah.
my God! Joyce is an amazing person.
Yeah.
I can't compliment or say enough about her.
Very
Yeah.
grateful for her.
Very grateful for her. Yeah. And as you know, our Park and Recs department has a lot of amazing things going on. One thing we forgot to mention though is like we talk about all the events that are happening. A lot of times this show doesn't air until some of these events have already happened. But
Right.
just so everybody knows that the bingo
Bingo is the second weekend in every month.
every month.
Youth Center at 4750 Gulf Avenue here
Yep.
in Clear Lake.
Mhm.
Doors open at 5:30. Bingo cards are available for purchase. Food, come hungry, because each month we have a different local business, food truck, caterer.
And you won't be disappointed.
You
Yeah,
won't
it's
be
always good food.
disappointed. You
Yeah.
can purchase their food, and then a little bit goes back to, we partner so that some of it goes back into the youth center. So we want to support these local businesses that help support us.
Absolutely. And then of course the arts and crafts.
Arts and crafts is every Tuesday and
There we go.
Thursday also at the youth center from 3 to 5. It's all free.
Chair yoga.
Chair yoga. We have dance classes, dance fitness Tuesdays and Thursdays as well. From 5:30 to 6:30. That may change here in the future, but for right now it is 5:30 to 6:30. What else do we have?
And you can
summer
follow her on Facebook, the Parks and Recs department,
Clear
or the City
Lake.
of Clear Lake. Yeah,
recreation and events.
there we go. Facebook.
On Facebook, and follow us, like us, and also check out what we got going on. I tend to put pictures, updates, things like that. We are going to offer a theater drama class this summer. We're going to offer a fishing class. We're going to put it out that we have arranged with Helen Owens to do a horse camp.
Well, that's going to be
day.
fun.
We've
right.
also arranged with.
If people don't know, Helen Owen, not only
owns ranch.
running for District 1 supervisor, but she owns a ranch, Owen Ranch, and she's very involved in the rodeo for
in
the
our
youth.
community, yeah.
The Buck and Bronx, the Mutton. What is
Mutton
it?
Busted.
Mutton Busted.
Goat
Yeah, that's what it was.
roping, sheep
They
roping.
ride.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
what they ride goats.
Yeah.
Yeah, they ride goats.
Sheep,
This is
sheep.
oh sheep.
Sheep.
I'm sorry, sheep. Yeah, not
Yeah.
Could you imagine a goat with horns? No,
Been there,
sheep.
done
Okay, dangerous.
Dangerous.
Yeah.
And then also we're working with Clear Lake Campground to be able to take some kids at no cost to the families to enjoy the canoeing and kayaking and cornhole and things like that over at her facility at Clear Lake Campgrounds.
That sounds like a lot of fun. A lot of
Yeah.
activities going on.
A lot of things.
Junior Giants, don't forget about that.
Junior Giants is
Yeah.
now open and online. I need coaches, volunteers, and players.
And
you
they
can
can
sign up online
okay.
at www.gojuniorgiants.org. Click Clear Lake, and all the information is up there that you need. If you need any help, we are having in-person sign-ups on the 13th at the Youth Center in the
13th
evening of May,
Okay.
and the 20th of May.
There we go. The 20th of May. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
What do we got coming up? Oh, Tina and I, our next episode, we're going to be at the Lower Lake Days Parade. So this is going to be exciting. Don't forget to check out that episode. It'll be in about three weeks. A lot of times these episodes that we're doing, there's a 2-week interval in between because we have to edit and we have, our lives are busy as well. We both have full-time jobs, so and we love to do this. So future shows, we've got Helen Owen coming on.
Okay.
We're gonna be we're gonna go to the rodeo.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the rodeo and we're gonna bring that to you guys as well. So we're excited. We got a lot of stuff. Don't forget to like and
Subscribe.
that girl. She's getting it, man. So yeah, that's about it. So thanks for joining us this episode, and we'll see you at the next one.
Bye.
Bye.